Exactly. So it's nice when we get, and we do have, I mean, I put this in my blog post I did the other day around the 4th of July. We're all blessed to live in this country.
Yes, we are.
I was blessed to be born and raised in this country, and I think one of the privileges I have in being able to do what I do and do business in this country is to be able to use that as a platform to help others that are not as well situated as we are, both in this country and around the world. So that's what I try to do.
Well, we thank you for that.
So,
highly
pleasure.
generous, and we thank all of you because you're part of this with Andrew and with all of us. All right, well, we're going to move right along here. I love our lineup. We have all kinds of great things to talk about. Next on tap, we have the Ultimate Eye Support. This is another one that people adore. This is another one. I know you get tired of hearing me say I take this, but I really do take a lot of Andrew's products, and it seems like for whatever reason, whenever I work with you, you always sort of put like my favorite picks in the show. So these really are things that I love and that I take religiously every single day. I know I'm healthier for it. I know I live a healthier, better life for it. It's worth it to me. I always say that the best thing I buy from HSN, you might think it would be jewelry. By the way, my earrings, Herkimer diamonds, coming up tomorrow night at midnight. But you would think it'd be jewelry or beauty or fashion. But honestly, if I can only buy one thing from HSN, it is unequivocally your product.
And I read that often. But the way I look at it, again, talking as we did about the healthy hair, skin, and nails, that's sort of a, when you think about it logically, that's the foundational beauty product. Everything gets built upon that because we want to have healthy skin and healthy hair for those products to look their best. How much can we enjoy jewelry, or how much can we enjoy beautiful clothing or things like that if we don't have our health? And I think that oftentimes, say if I'll tend to journal or write when I might not be feeling well, when I injure myself or something like that, because it really gives us, I think, a perspective and a sense of gratitude about how we are when we feel our very best. And there's no part of our body that we don't want to be caught saying, if I knew I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself, or I would have taken better care of my eyes. When it comes to our eyes, and we just talked about omega-3s, omega-3s, the principal omega-3 in my omega-3 product is DHA, which makes up the retina, the macula of our eye. The retina and macula of our eye is basically a partnership between three ingredients: DHA, the fatty acid, and then the fat-soluble carotenoids that are basically implanted in it or swimming in it. Those are lutein and zeaxanthin. Lutein and zeaxanthin are the key protective carotenoids in this product that make up the visual pigment in our eye that not only are responsible for protecting our eye from UV damage and UV radiation, but they're actually responsible for creating the visual image. That if we do not have that lutein or zeaxanthin, not only, and it's interesting how over the years we get to talk more and more about the remarkable properties of this product. Why this product is very important now is during the summer is when we're most outdoors, most exposed to sunlight. It's the time that it becomes most important to give our body what it needs to protect those fragile tissues in our eyes.
So true. Let me show you what the offer looks like today. It's, again, birthday price. Everything for the whole entire visit is birthday price to $30, $60, $180, or $360. Here is the regular HSN pricing, our great everyday pricing. Here's your birthday pricing. Here's your birthday savings. $40 off the large 360 cap supply. Plus, you get free shipping and handling. You have flex pay on the two larger choices. And this is another example of a product that is a huge customer pick. There are almost 1,000 reviews, 990 reviews, 800 are perfect 5-star. Incredible.
And with an eye product, typically you'd figure, okay, I'm just taking an eye product because my doctor told me to take an eye product. And we have hundreds of reviews that speak exactly to that point, that their eye doctor, ophthalmologist, optometrist looked at this product and it was exactly what they needed. True. But what you hear in these reviews are where they're not just having peace of mind by taking a product that their doctor recommended they take, but that they actually saw a difference in the clarity of the vision, in the way their eyes feel. Because these ingredients, lutein and zeaxanthin, as I said before, they act as optical filters that can improve the sharpness and the acuity of our vision. So not only are they protecting the fragile tissues of our eyes from UV radiation, blue light, from free radicals, from oxidative damage, but they actually are part of the visual system that enhances the way the eye functions and enhances the way we see visual images. So it's a product, and again, like all my products, small, soft, easy to swallow capsule.
They do not upset your stomach.
Oh, none of these products do. And there, I'm not sure if you could see it at home. It's kind of a combination of a purple and a yellow powder.
Little flecks of
And
gold.
the reason why it's purple and yellow, the bilberry, the anthocyanins that are protecting your night vision and supporting your night vision, that's the purple. The yellow are the lutein and zeaxanthin, the critical carotenoids that are concentrated in the macular part of our retina. And that is, they are specifically concentrated there because of their role in vision, but even more importantly, I believe, in their role in protecting the eye as well.
Wow. It's so amazing because, look, I loved what Andrew was saying. We take if you have good eyesight, we take it for granted. And if there's something we can do every day to take better care of our eyes, one of the things you'll notice when you go read the reviews on this product on hsn.com, one of the things that I've experienced, and I've read many, many, many hundreds of reviews about this as well, is if you have issues with night vision. That is where I have seen the biggest difference is with night vision when I'm driving at night. It was to the point where I didn't even want to drive at night because it was like I just couldn't differentiate. There was a lot of glare. So I know I have seen a huge difference. I also always tell this story, but my eyes used to get really bloodshot out here when I would work. I don't wear contact lenses. And under these lights and looking into, we don't use teleprompters, but looking into the cameras, my eyes would get red, and the lighting guys would come out during the commercial breaks and tell me to put eye drops in my eyes because my eyes would get so bloodshot. One of the things that I've noticed since I've been really taking this religiously is my eyes do not fatigue the way they used to. They don't get red the way they used to. So I've noticed the difference in night vision. I've noticed the difference in the way that my eyes don't get as bloodshot. They don't look as strained. You think about how we strain our eyes today, the way, our grandparents didn't deal with this. Our grandparents and great-grandparents weren't staring at screens and computer screens and doing little, for hours.
6, 8, 10, 12 hours a day.
A lot of strain on our eyes.
A tremendous amount of strain. It's one thing to look at things up close and then look at things far away, and it's called visual accommodation. Unfortunately, the way we live, we don't do much accommodation. We're looking at one field of vision for just protracted periods of time. And the things you were talking about are things that we specifically formulate the product to do, and those are things that are spoken about in the reviews. We formulate the product to deliver ingredients that support healthy circulation to and from the eye, because the eye is a relatively isolated structure. So you want to make sure that you provide nutrients that support the circulation, the nutrients and oxygen to the eye, and support the circulation, again, away from the eye, carrying away waste products and CO2. Also, you want ingredients that are going to support the pigments in the eye that are responsible for creating that visual purple for night vision. And that's probably one of the most common reviews. Other than clarity of vision, one of the most common reviews we hear is about night vision. And that's a product that we use bilberry, also black elderberry, because they're both high sources of these pigments called anthocyanins, these purple-colored berry pigments. That's why blueberries are so great to eat. They're actually great for your night vision. Blueberries, blackberries, black cherries, because they contain anthocyanins as well. So in terms of protection, the lutein and zeaxanthin are the most critical ingredients in this product, because those are the visual pigments that make up our macular region of our retina, that make up our retina itself. And unfortunately, the things that are the best sources of those, I sound like talking about omega-3s again, we don't eat the foods that deliver the omega-3s we need. Similarly, we don't eat the foods that deliver the lutein and zeaxanthin we need. The spinach, the kale, the dark green leafy vegetables. So interestingly enough, the omega-3s are where the lutein and zeaxanthin are swimming in our eyes. If you look at the omega-3s as making up the membranous structure, the membranes that make up the macular region, that make up the retina of our eye, those fatty acids are where the lutein and zeaxanthin, which are fat soluble, are dissolved. And what's interesting about lutein and zeaxanthin, they basically straddle the membrane structures, protecting the inner and outer cell membranes. So it's really a uniquely well-designed structure between the omega-3 fatty acids, the membrane structures, the membrane bilayers, and the lutein and zeaxanthin in our eyes.
I love it, don't you? And I love that for those of us taking both, just such a good feeling to know we're doing what we can to take good care of our precious eyes. I mean, what a blessing, what a God-given gift to have the gift of sight. We want to do what we can to take care of our eyes. I hope you're on the phone ordering. I know we are rapidly running out. This is going fast. Our night is flying by here. This is the final show of the weekend. This is it.
By the way, Muriel was very impressed with my vision today because there's a turning light to get into HSN. If you miss it, it's a very long light.
Oh, you're right.
And I saw the light from very far away, the little green arrow, and I made the light, so I made it here. So see, those are the benefits of having really good vision.
You see there? All righty, so hold on. If you're on the phone ordering, thank you so much. In case you're just stopping in, we do have a final look at our today's special coming up right around the corner, so I hope you'll stay tuned for that. But we're going to head back over